Calib Cassin has been appointed interim CEO of Eskom. 2 days ago, the board released Andre de Ruyter with immediate effect. So let's get some reaction to the very latest announcement from Black Business Council CEO Kganki Matabane, who joins me this morning to take a conversation forward. And Kganki, thank you so much for your time. Good morning to you. Let's start here. Calib Cassin being announced as the newly appointed interim group chief executive officer with immediate effect. Is he the man for the job? What's your reaction?
Good morning, Tumelo and the viewers. I think his appointment is neither here nor there. It's just holding forth. We don't think he's the right person to be the CEO, but remember, he's just being an interim CEO. He failed to submit financial statements for some times at Eskom, so we just note the appointment. We'll wait for the real announcement of a CEO.
So with that being said, I mean, the release of Andre as well immediately following those damning allegations, surely you've been thinking a lot about them as the Black Business Council. What do you make of not only his immediate release, but the allegations that he made?
Yeah, I think Andre is an attention seeker.
Kganki, we're losing you there. It seems like our technical network has just cut. Kganki Matabane is about to continue with his point from Black Business Council. I'll give it some moments to see if Kganki will not come back reacting to those damning allegations that, of course, Andre had made to eNCA Cassin right here on eNCA. Amongst them being that R1 billion was being lost from the power utility monthly. And Kganki, apologies for that. You were still making your point regarding Andre and the allegations that he made.
Yeah, I was saying he must report those allocations to law enforcement agencies. But our appeal as the Black Business Council is that we should not be giving him the attention that he's seeking, because we're wasting our time on focusing on someone who's the past. What we need to be doing, we're supposed to be focusing on the future, focusing on solving the current load shedding challenges, making sure that all the power stations perform optimally, and end load shedding, because that's what the economy needs. The economy does not need the country to be focusing on one person who's the past, who's seeking attention.
I think the country is focusing on what that person said. Everyone focusing on wanting to know who are those implicated in those allegations. I mean, the DA going as far as, wanting him to name and shame, SAFTU saying they will lay charges against him, so to name and shame, because at the root of this is, before we can go forward, we have to correct, the corruption and the looting. And if those people are still in power, they need to be dealt with so they can be removed so we can move forward. Are you not at all concerned about this?
Yeah, we are very concerned, because we are against corruption. And then he must understand he's got the responsibility. When you are aware of something that is happening that is not right, that is not illegally right, you are also complicit. You are breaking the law yourself. So it means he has been breaking the law all the time, knowing that people want to loot, but he didn't report it. So he must go and report the case, and the law enforcement agencies must deal with the case, but must also deal with him for not reporting the case. But again, he's a sideshow. The main challenge that we're having is to make sure that we fix Eskom so that we can move out of this load shedding. We cannot have this, technically now we're on stage 8. We cannot be on that stage for a long time, because the economy is not going to recover. We need to recover the economy. We need to make sure that we create employment and move on with our lives, and let the past be the past.
Yeah. When we talk about Eskom, we can't talk about Eskom without also mentioning this incoming Minister of Electricity. Kganki, do you think whoever it is, male or female, man or woman, and I see you smiling there, will be able to assist us in resolving this power crisis we find ourselves in?
Yeah, in our view, we don't need another layer. Already we've got 2 ministers. In our view, we don't need another minister, because that is just going to add a layer of bureaucracy, and it's going to make life difficult for people at Eskom, because now they must report to many people. What we need is to look at the plan that was presented by the Eskom board, focus on that plan, make sure that we maintain the current system that we have, and get the megawatts that are installed to be available. Remember, Eskom has got around 47,000 installed megawatts, but at any given moment, we can only use 28,000. So let's focus on improving the electricity availability factor so that we can do away with load shedding.
I'm sure you listened to the Finance Minister Ido Gonowana's budget speech this past week. He mentioned an over 250 billion rand, bailout for Eskom, but also saying there will be solar tax, incentives for those households and businesses. And you represent business interests for those businesses as well that do have a solar. Do you think this is a good start while we wait for a resolve with the energy crisis? Was that a bold statement by the finance minister, or perhaps did you feel there were some points that he might have missed there to assist businesses as well in this regard?
Yes, I think as far as the taking over of the debt, that is a good news, and it will allow Eskom to again then focus on maintenance, buying equipment, and all those type of things that will sort out the current power stations. But we don't necessarily think that the subsidy, if you want to call it, or the rebates will go a long way, because those are mainly targeted at the medium to big business. Small businesses don't have the cash flow. Remember, the rebate is not necessarily direct cash. But what you need to do, you need to lay a 200,000, 300,000 upfront and go and get the solar panels and install in your premises, and you can then only claim later. So small businesses that are still trying to recover from COVID, they're trying to recover from load shedding, they don't have that type of money. So we should have maybe came up with a different approach to say, how do we help the smaller businesses, because those are the ones that are creating a lot of employment, because the entry point for employees, especially young people, is a bit easier. So if we want to create employment, let's focus on the smaller businesses.